All right, well, I think we're going to get going here. Sorry for the delay. I was trying to live stream on YouTube and Facebook, and it worked yesterday, but it doesn't work now. So we're just going to keep on going here. If you have friends who are checking this out and have gone to the Little T site or gone to YouTube Live, I think there's a couple hundred people there. If you can somehow point them over to this Facebook Live, that'd be amazing. Well, it's a bit odd to be doing a concert from my studio here. Music is so often shared, and so often the best part of doing music is that you get to react with an audience, and for a lot of us artists, this is a really strange time, but hey, it's a strange time for everybody, and we're all just sort of trying to get through it. But I'm learning to do a whole bunch of stuff. This week I was trying to learn how to do video, live streaming, and today I gave myself a haircut, which is a first, without any supervision, so I don't know how it looks, but can you see the back? Is it bad? I have no idea. But I think it's a side angle, so it should be fine. Anyway, I'm going to do one more thing here, and then I'm going to get started. This first tune I'm going to do is a Malcolm Guyte tune called Sounding the Seasons. All right, this is Sounding the Seasons. It just talks about the year and why it's important to leave markers as we go through the year so that there's change. And we know now, during this time of isolation, that the days sort of blur into each other. And I was having a conversation today with a friend, and we didn't know what day it was. But anyway, this is Sounding the Seasons. Tangled in time, we go by hands and guesses, turn the wheel of each returning year. But in the midst of our failures and successes, we sometimes catch a glimpse of cast so fear. Sometimes our hearts remember their own reasons and beat a psalm to us as we sing our story, tracing the threads of grace, sounding the seasons, from the first journey for a Savior's birth to the full joy of knowing sins forgiven. We trace our journey here on God's good green earth, catch an echo of the choirs of heaven. I send these out, returning what was lent, turn into praise, each moment's monument, tracing the threads of grace, sounding the seasons, finding meanings as we move from time to timeless ends, tracing the threads of grace, sounding the seasons, watching the reasons unravel through the year, sounding the seasons. Tracing the threads, 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 sounding the seasons. All right, thank you so much. Thunderous applause here in the studio. Actually, there's no applause, just crickets. My kids are all sleeping right now, or my wife's trying to get them sleeping. I think my oldest might be watching. Hi, Hattie, if you're watching. Well, this is called a Lent concert, and Lent basically comes from the word to lengthen. And it's that season that we sort of start in spring, we start in winter, with the ground hard, and we move into spring where the ground's fertile and soft. And it's sort of that 40 days before Easter. And in the church calendar, Lent has been this time where, we prepare ourselves, and it usually involves some kind of a fast or like a step back, where we do without something. And I think a lot of us can understand what that feels like these days. And the goal of it isn't just to sort of look really dour and sad. The goal of it is to empty ourselves so that we can fill ourselves with something better, so that we can take our disordered affections and allow them to be renewed and reordered. And then we head sort of from this cold ground of our heart into Easter, where things are resurrecting and coming alive. So enjoy this concert however you want. There'll be lots of times where you can just sort of relax. You can take a nap if you want. You can just close your eyes. I'm going to play a bunch of sacred hymns, especially from this season. This is one of my favorites. This is King of Love. Thank you. This next tune is a Gord Johnson tune from Winnipeg. Don't know if Gord's watching. Steve Bell has been the one who sort of took it on the road. And this steals a bit from Steve Bell as well. It's a song, the lyrics are, "Gone into the darkness we must go, gone, gone is the light." It's just a lament, reflection of just sort of having to sometimes go to the difficult, hard places. And as I play it, just we can be thinking of, the world around us. We're all in a similar boat in a very unique time. We can think of our friends and family, and we can think of ourselves. Some of us are feeling sort of some despair and isolation, so we can think of ourselves too. This is time to meditate, pray, do whatever you want. It's an old one. When I was getting better from an injury a few years ago, I listened to a wonderful Keith Jarrett recording called Shenandoah, and this one is done in that kind of a longing. This is my Father's world. All right, going to do another one here. This next one's called Noah. I hope you can all hear me. I'm just going to go check on Facebook right now, make sure that this is actually going. 1 second. That's good. I'll get that. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Just had to make sure I wasn't pouring my heart out for nobody. This next one is called Noah, and it's a song just about my concussion. 4 years ago, I got up in the middle of the night to get some water. Had a bit of a stomach ache, drank some water, took 2 steps, and crashed my chin and my head right into the tile floor. Next day, I woke up and I thought, I think I'm all right. And I looked outside and things didn't look right. And I looked at my computer screen and things didn't look right, so I phoned one of my friends who had a few concussions and said, here's what I'm feeling. And she said, I think you got a concussion. So I thought, well, how bad is it? Like, how long can that last? So most people, it's a few weeks. One of the people who had it worse was my friend Rob. Hi, Rob, if you're watching. And he had it for 5 weeks. And I thought, there's no way I can do that. I cannot not work for 5 weeks. So I thought, I'll get better any day. And people would tell me that regularly, that, you'll feel bad at first, and then you're just going to get better. One day you'll wake up, you're going to feel better. And so I kept thinking, I'm getting better. And one day I woke up, I thought, I feel great. So I went out for a walk with my family. I didn't make it more than 5 minutes, and my eyes just started freaking out. I got these piercing headaches, and I stumbled back home. And, I was in bed for the next 2 weeks, and it sort of just didn't go away, and each day that I thought it would, it didn't. And it was just so hard, so challenging of a time for me. And, weeks stretched into months, which was stretched into years. And a bunch of you have been on this journey with me, so thank you so much. Couldn't have done it without you guys. And the story that kept coming to mind in those early days was Noah. And why Noah, you ask? Well, I kept thinking, I felt like I was stuck on this boat. And I always had this picture of like sending out the dove, and hope that one day it'll come back with something green. And someday I'm just going to be better. And it just wasn't happening. And in fact, I was feeling worse and worse as it went along. And at Christmas time, I checked myself into Emerge. And it was just so horrible. And I just kept thinking, it's got to lift. And sometimes things don't lift. What we're going through right now, there's just so many things going on. If you're reading the news, which we probably all are, there's just so many hard things. And sometimes they're not lifting the way we want them to, and sometimes a lot of stuff in our life isn't going the way we want it to. But there is a greater arc of God's love who sort of holds us through these times, right? But we're not alone, and we have friends around us too. And so I'm going to sing this one for you. This is called Noah. Day by day, night by night, I long for some familiar sound. First I run, then I crawl, stuck inside these moaning, creaking walls. Each morning flies the winged wish to bring the news of some retreat. But still the waters toss and sway, steal the hope you long had stowed away. I'm begging, pleading, asking, needing for passage back to peace. I'm swaying, shifting, groaning, drifting, waiting for reprieve and some kind of sign, some kind of sign. I'm kept afloat but sinking fast, a wooden coffin left to live. The halls and halls echo loud, they blur the words you'd written down. And we're drifting, doubting, screaming, shouting for all of this to end. We're safe but sinking, torn but thinking, what's around the bend? We need some kind of sign, some kind of sign, somewhere to land, somewhere to land. What long was lost to be cut free of rocks and ties, the holding lies of fear inside. 40 days, 40 nights, the floating tomb shook crumbling ground. The rolled back doors burst forth the light, and shouts and cries rang through the night. The promise now in glowing arch, ascending from the depths of hell, from bird to beast, from first to last. How wide its light love casts. It's some kind of sign, some kind of sign. At this land, miles of land, from death to life, from depths to heights, from sunken graves we rise, from broken holes of ribs and bone, once grounded come to life. No longer left out lost at sea, no longer shipwrecked rib and bone, no longer waiting for a sign, the holy net cast deep and wide. Oh, oh, oh. I'd like to give a shout out to Wayne Ferguson. Wayne's a lovely guy, and he tunes pianos around the city. To a lot of us, we just love him so much. He makes us all sound good, and he's just wonderful to work with. And he makes these pianos sing when he's done. And if you want to check him out at all, you can check him out on Instagram. It's Tuner1 is where you'll find him, and you'll find all sorts of cool pictures of stuff he's done in the past. And obviously work has changed for all of us these days, but thanks, Wayne, for making this thing hum tonight. And this next one is off my Nudging Forever album. It's called Vigil, which just means night prayer. Thank you. This next one is an old sacred hymn too. This is Man of Sorrows. All right, thank you so much. Well, I got a few more here for you. This next one it's a really nice one. It's Were You There? You know, I had to tell you that because sometimes with jazz or when you're improvising it, it's not obvious the melody. So this one especially, it's I put it into a minor key, but it's still, that's still there. All right, well, I'm going to try a bit of a new one for me. And it's all about sort of the seasons of life, right from birth to death, and just how often in life it's sort of painful to change, and it's painful to have these seasons where you're sort of waiting and waiting. But there is a greater kingdom, greater purpose, greater good at work, and that's what this one's all about. All around you waits this miracle in the embryonic dark. Only murmurs, groans, and mystery. This eternity in your heart. The signs are real and quickening. Your heartbeat pounds within. All that's held you trembles violently. And this this world is wearing thin, surrounded from all sides, some mercy still you're blind, and all is light. When the light grows all around you, and this world is wearing thin, and you just let go of all that you have held. When what's dying starts to give way to what's waiting to be born, then you're ready for the change that's coming down, where your kingdom's breaking through. We sprout from small beginnings, quickly springing to the sun, and we learn to stretch our arms wide out, absorbing all that is around. The seasons, they change, and the cold winds sweep in. We soon figure out it's a long way to spring. Still the light grows all around you. Well, this world is wearing thin, and you just let go of all that you have held. When the dying starts to give way to what's waiting to be born, then you're ready for the change that's coming down, where His kingdom's breaking through. And each year builds on the last one, both the fruitful and the drought. Sometimes life grows our protection, sometimes it shoots out doubt, and the pruning makes you feel like you'll never give again. But what's cut off in this day might grow flowers in the end. When the light grows all around you, and this world is wearing thin, and you just let go of all that you have held. When the dying starts to give way to what's waiting to be born, then you're ready for the change that's coming down, where this kingdom's breaking through. At the end we creak and wither, and our self comes peeling off, and we give ourselves back to the earth, making seed again to plant. We're sinking a road, waiting there in the ground, and we're beaten and worn, and there's cries all around, but what's stored up inside, it comes of good age, and what's perishing night, there's way to the day. This light grows all around you, though this world is wearing thin, and you just let go of all that you have held. When the dying starts to give way to what's waiting to be born, and you're ready for the change that's coming down, where your kingdom's breaking through. Your kingdom's breaking through. Hang on, you'll make it through. It's nothing like we knew. When you're losing but you're gaining, when you're dying but you live, when you're aging but you're younger, when you're poured out but there's more to give, when you're further from your glory but you're closer to His high, when the outside is fading, yet inside you got a brand new start. This kingdom's breaking through. Hey, hang on, you'll true. Well, we just got to sort of hang on, and we'll make it through. I'm going to do this next one. This is called What Wondrous Love Is This? Hey, well, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Thank you. It's been great to be with you. I'm sorry about the Facebook and YouTube. Well, Facebook's working, but sorry about the YouTube link. My apologies for that. I'll figure that out for next time. And I'm going to end with this next one. This is called Bit by Bit. It's just a bit of my own journey, how sometimes we just have to take it day by day as we're trying to get back into life, get back into society. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Hi, Mom, if you're listening. Hi, family. All right, we'll see you soon. God bless. Bit by bit, I'm getting my life back. Inch by inch, I'm traveling down the right track. Bit by bit, a bit by bit. Better days are knocking on my door. Tapping feet, I'm moving to the dance floor. Bit by bit, oh, bit by bit. Step by step, mile by mile, day by day. You put one foot in front of the next one and see where you go. Check the gate, I'm booked on the next flight. Taking off, we're traveling to new heights. Bit by bit, oh, bit by bit. Step by step, mile by mile, it's gonna get you to the other side, babe. Bumps in the road soon come and go. You put one foot in front of the next one and see where you go. Bumps in the road soon come and go. You put one foot in front of the next one and see where you go. Thank you so much. God bless. Have a great night. Enjoy your week. Thank you.